I'm hungry, you're hungry. Welcome to the channel. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're making some chicken teriyaki on a pineapple bowl to get real fancy. And if you want to know the white rice recipe, make sure you click on the link that's in my bio. And there's also going to be a link that's going to show after the video that could lead you directly to the recipe and of a baked rice. Ever heard of that? Well, learn something new every single day. So you're going to start off by cutting off all the fats that's gonna be in the chicken, because you know that white stuff and the vein, you don't want to eat that, and you want to make sure that everything is cut off, especially because I'm serving this food. My customers really get the best service and food possible because I do not be playing when it comes to cleaning your chicken. A lot of y'all don't clean your chicken and it tastes like it and it shows. Make sure you clean your chicken. You see how you won't see no extra meat? Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You're gonna cut it into 6 pieces. You're gonna do horizontal ones and vertically 3 times. So just make sure you clean your chicken with cold water and some vinegar, and you can add salt. If you don't have vinegar, you can't just do a simple thing of just cold water and salt. It still does the job. You want to leave it there for about like 20 minutes. And yeah. So after you do that, you're gonna make sure you get your little bowl to, we do that with seasonings on the side for everybody to get the same love. So just off rip, I'm gonna say that you're not gonna go too crazy on the seasonings when you're first doing it, just because like the basic seasonings, you just want that extra flavor, but there's so much more seasons that's going to be added throughout the video, and you guys will see that these little simple seasonings will do the job. Okay, so you're gonna add one teaspoon of paprika. I didn't say the other ones, but y'all can see at the screen. 1 tablespoon of oregano, and this looks so cute. I came a long way when it came to editing these videos. Okay, and to appreciate me, y'all should like this video, comment down below best recipes you want me to do, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on your post notifications so you never miss out on the video. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Germ Eats on everything, but on Instagram is Germ Eats with 2 S's. We just hit 1K, so make sure you tune in for this week 1K giveaway, because you know your girl about to bless y'all. Okay, so you're gonna make sure everything is mixed up, and you're gonna add 5 tablespoons of sugar. So y'all better have y'all sugar ready. Brown sugar mostly. White sugar recommended but optional, because you can replace it with brown sugar, because you really want to get that little sweet taste out of it, which is one of the main reasons why I didn't go crazy on the seasoning, because of this extra sweetness that's going to be there. You want to put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. Minimum you can do is 1 hour, but you do want the flavors to soak in as long as possible. So this was about like 8 to 10 minutes after cooking. It looks a little crusty and a little dusty, but it's okay because we're slow cooking this. We're not cooking it too fast. I mean, you can, but the flavors are not gonna sit the same way. You want to flip everything over. You want to make sure everybody's getting the same love. So the lighting is about to change, but it was because I thought that the lighting that you're about to see in 5 now will be better, but it's okay because the little seasoning still made up for it. So with that being said, you're gonna repeat some of the sweetness flavor, and it's just like you're gonna add a lot of seasonings as you're doing it, which is why you want your fire to be low, because you want all the flavors, the new flavors to soak in perfectly. And remember, it's chicken teriyaki. Chicken teriyaki be a little sweet, but don't go too crazy on the soy sauce, especially because it can make it very, very salty. And if y'all notice, I don't really use salt on my food because seasonings in general, I feel like that really makes it salty. Why am I adding more salt? But anyways, that's beside the freaking point. So you're gonna make sure everything is getting some butter. You're gonna mix everything around to make sure everything is well mixed. Making sure we're getting it. As I said before, the fire is on 3 lows, and that's just because we want it on low. I did forget to add 1.5 teaspoon of black pepper previously when I was adding the other ingredients, so we just add a little bit more. So this is when you're about to increase it to about 5, because now since it's already cooked on the inside, now you want that outside crispy taste. And I would say pay attention to this part because you don't want it burning, and you want every chicken to get the same kind of love. So once it starts cooking and it starts looking a little golden brownish, or however you like it, I feel like this is like the perfect um cooking for me. We're gonna start cooking the sauce, and if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on another video. So you're gonna add some water. The water really is depending on how much sauce you're planning to cook, how saucy you want it. So as I said before, I am selling this food, so I do want my customers to get the most sauciest sauce they can get. So you're gonna add some cornstarch that can help with the little thick flavor. You're gonna add 1/2 a stick of butter just because I want to start creating that buttery yet saucy texture. We just trying to build things. So this is the butter cam, and little satisfying clip or whatever. I have so much energy, guys, and this video was supposed to have been dropped, but I had like audio problems, I guess, because when I dropped it, then I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, confused. So after that, you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and that was just because, as you can see, the sauce wasn't given when it was supposed to give. It was a little watery, so it just made me realize that I need to add more cornstarch. So I did add more honey because I didn't want to overwhelm it with another thing and not have the sauce sweet. So this one's starting to repeat the same steps. So some honey, some brown sugar, some soy sauce. Once again, pay attention to how much soy sauce you are putting in it, because too much soy sauce can lead to it being very, very salty, and we're trying to avoid that. And if you're trying to avoid that, just follow these simple steps and make sure you watch this video fully and thoroughly as you're cooking it. And if you do cook this meal, make sure you tag me on Instagram, because if you tag me on Instagram, I will post you on my story and you can have a chance to be featured on my story. So you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of oregano. Y'all know I love me some oregano, because oregano gives it that taste you didn't even know you missed it. We're gonna add more brown sugar just so I can make sure, and some honey too, just so I can make sure it's really getting that sweet taste, that sweet texture. I wanted to make sure everything is really cooked thoroughly. And this is like the final product, but you can wait like about 5 minutes. I'll stay on like 4 to make sure it's really cooked well. So I didn't show y'all how I did seasonings. It was basic seasoning, garlic powder, black pepper, and onion powder. Some basic seasoning. Don't want to go so crazy because everything else has so much flavor. So you just want to cook your grilled shrimp. You can add more seasoning, is optional, but I say don't go too crazy because there's already a lot of flavors going on in the other pieces of meat. So your shrimp is ready when it's curled up all the way. If your shrimp is not curled up all the way, then it is not ready. Make sure everything is curled up. There's also a tip when you go out to eat and you see shrimp, make sure it's curled up. That's how you know it's fully cooked. So this is how I cut my pineapple. So I started off by just like shaking it. Is it shaking the right word? I'm not even sure, but the top part to make sure it just crushed through, then everything went through me. So I want to apologize in advance of how this video looks like on this part, because the girl was struggling. I didn't even know the cam was so bad until I'm editing it. So you are just going to cut into pieces, and the pieces are going to allow you to just take everything out more smoothly. So once I did that third extra row, I did use the top part and just try slicing through a little bit so the top row can come off, and then everything else will come out so much easier once that top row is out. So you just want to make sure everything is out. You can leave the extra pineapples that's on there after you take it out. But since I was serving this, once again, I wanted my customers to get the most amount of food that they can. So I was taking out some pineapples, and I left the pineapples on the side for presentation. So this entire section is presentation tips for my little chefs or anybody who just want to do this meal. Make sure y'all following these steps so y'all can get the best looking food. So here's my tip. Since it was already shaped on the inside, I want it to measure out with the shaping. So I did want it to fit in with the squares. So I'm like, okay, what's a way I can put the chicken and it looks real pretty? So I try like the diagonal. No, not, is it diagonal? No, I don't even know what's vertical and what's like diagonal. But I did a little bit to the side. Okay, I did a little bit side, so not only could look more fuller, but the presentation looks so pretty. The next step I did was broccoli, because the shrimp you can really just throw on top, and the shrimp you just can experiment with how it looks like. And to top it off in the end, you're going to throw some sesame seeds. And thanks for coming back to the video. See y'all in my next video. We're going to go back to daily uploads, okay? Because the girl needs to stop playing, okay? So after it looks so pretty, and if you're in Buffalo, make sure you crop up Germ Eats. Link is in the bio for all my social media platforms. Bye, y'all.